Hey guys, and welcome to day 15 of Vlogmas. So I'm not doing a react video. Yeah, I actually have a video plan that isn't a react video. Are you proud of me? So in today's video, you will have seen by the title, I'm going to be talking about the TV show called Runaways. Now this is a Marvel TV show that recently came out and oh my goodness, I love it so much. We've had 6 episodes. I think there's only going to be 10 in season 1, so we don't have that many eps left, and I'm just gonna talk about my thoughts and stuff so far. Spoiler warning, if you haven't seen any of the eps of Runaways so far, I will be talking about what happens in them. So Runaways is based off the comic book, and it's about these 6 teenagers who find out their parents are basically supervillains. In the first step, we're introduced to all the characters. So Molly is too pure, too precious, and she needs protecting. She's so adorable, and yeah, she's badass and has super strength, but we need to protect her. So when I first started watching Runaways, I really liked Alex and his character. Now that we're getting into some of the later eps, I don't really like him. He's not my favourite. It probably doesn't help that I do know what happens to him in the comics. I did like him, I do still like him, but he's no longer, I don't like him as much as I did. So Chase's character, he's not my favourite of the 6, I will say that. I kind of can't take him seriously because he's played by the guy who played Mason in Wizards of Waverly Place, and that show was my childhood. I can't take it seriously because all I can see is Mason, and I'm half expecting him to turn into a werewolf at some point, but it's quite funny. Now when I first started watching Runaways, my favourite character in the whole show, my favourite of the teenagers, was Gert. I absolutely loved her. However, now as we've gotten more and more episodes and we've learnt more about each of the characters, now Nico owns my heart and soul, and I love her so much. I love Nico so much. She's definitely my favourite character in the whole TV series. So obviously in the early eps, it's safe to say that I really hated all the parents, and I think that's probably the case for everyone. I especially hated Tina. You know, I didn't like how she treated Nico and all that sort of thing, and I really didn't like Tina. However, now Tina also owns my heart. Her and Nico deserve all the love and happiness in the entire universe. Tina's the only parent that I actually like in this TV show. So moving on to the ships in this TV show, because it is a big part of it. The first ship that I shipped when watching the TV show was Nico and Alex. Yeah, I don't ship that anymore. Ep 6, I mean guys, Karolina and Nico are so in love with each other. It is unreal, and they need to date already, and they need to kiss, and they so nearly kissed in Ep 6, but they didn't quite because Gert interrupted them. But even Gert could tell there was something between them. It wasn't Ep 6 that even made me ship them. It was quite early on in an ep. I started noticing some behaviour in Nico, which kind of made it seem like she was interested in Karolina, and then in ep 5 and 6 we really started to see Karolina showing interest in Nico, and she was getting jealous of Alex and stuff. I loved them so much. Karolina and Chase I do not ship one bit. So Karolina is a really interesting character, and I absolutely love her story arc in this TV show. It's getting that LGBT representation, and it's done so well. She literally glows rainbow, so I don't know why Chase hasn't gotten the message yet, but it's so lovely showing the story of a closeted lesbian and her development as she realizes who she really is and that sort of thing. And so this show has nearly made me cry twice now, and the first time, you can probably guess, it is the flashback we got of when Nico finds Amy dead, and then she calls her mom, and then she's crying and stuff. This was back when I hated Tina. This was one of the reasons I hated Tina, because I absolutely hated what she did with Nico in this scene. But Nico in the scene absolutely killed me. And then the other time I nearly cried was in ep 6, the most recent one, and it's after Tina finds out that her husband's having an affair, and as she goes up to her office and just starts crying, Nico and Alex are in there having broken in, and Nico wants to go up to her to comfort her, but Alex stops her, and then Nico starts crying, and oh, it got me. I absolutely hate Nico's dad, because how dare he do that to Tina. The way Tina looks at her husband, she loves him. You can tell she loves him so much. She looks at him the way Nico looks at Karolina, and Karolina looks at Nico, but you can just tell she's so in love with him and cares about him so much. And then we find out that he's been cheating on her, and it's no, Tina doesn't deserve deserve this. She just deserves all the love and happiness. So one thing that happened in Ep 6 is we got a Stan Lee cameo. I wasn't expecting it at all, and then it just happened and I was like, whoa, that was Stan Lee. I love it when Stan Lee is in these TV shows because you kind of forget, like, he has the iconic cameos in the films, in the Marvel films, but you forget he also does it in the TV shows, and then he shows up in a Marvel TV show and you're like, oh my god, it's Stan Lee. Now one thing about this TV show is it's made me really want to read the Runaways comic, which is quite a big thing because I'm not a massive comic book reader, so you know, I don't tend to read the comic books. I have comic book knowledge, but I haven't really read many comics. However, Runaways, it's made me really want to read the comic books, so maybe next time. I love these characters so much and I'd love to see what it's like in the comic books. So yeah, I think that's everything I have to say about Runaways so far. I am so excited to see the last few eps. I really hope they get a season 2. I just love this show so much. I love Nico with all my heart. I'm really excited to see what happens. I do have a little bit of comic book knowledge, like I know why Molly has her powers. I know what happens to Alec. Yeah, I'm very excited about this TV show. I didn't think I would end up loving it as much as I do, but it is one of my favorite TV shows at the moment. I absolutely adore it and I cannot wait for the next ep. So that was my little review talkie video of Marvel's Runaways. Comment down below if you've seen the show and what you thought of it, and if you enjoyed this vid, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in tomorrow's Vlogmas video. Goodbye!